Welcome to this all signs energy reading for the month of September 2026. Of course, as always, take what makes sense for you in your story. If anything does connect, if you don't mind supporting with a like, comment, subscribe, really appreciate the support and would love to have you a part of the channel. So welcome in. Hope you are doing well. I'm going to start out with the sign of Virgo and then finish off with the sign of Leo. I will put the timestamps in the comments down below, so feel free to check out your sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign for a bigger picture, or any other sign that you feel drawn to. But let's go ahead and start your readings now. Happy birthday, Virgo. I hope you are doing well so far during your season. So we have the Three of Wands talking about progress. You're being called to have patience and trust that the opportunities that you are waiting on, anything that you are wanting to manifest, is coming in for you. Everything is happening in divine timing and everything is truly working out for you. This could be a time where you could feel impatient or maybe in some sort of waiting period or feeling like what is taking so long, but trust that it will come in the divine time, in the perfect time. It's like, if you're cooking a meal, you don't want to stop cooking the meal too early because otherwise it won't really be edible or how you really like it. So it's kind of like, think of the universe as the oven and your wishes and your dreams and what it is that you're desiring to attract as the food that you are wanting to eat and enjoy. And the Three of Wands is fire energy. So I don't know if you're dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Doesn't have to be. I also get that there could have been some sort of ending, but this marks a new beginning. So be patient in this in-between time as you are trying to figure out your plans moving forward and what is truly inspiring you. This card of progress is saying, and I'm also hearing in my mind, progress, not perfection. So don't be hard on yourself. You don't have to have A through Z figured out. Just start with what your ideas are, what you are strongly called to, and start taking steps towards that idea. Once you take that time to figure out what that idea is that you want to put that time, energy, attention, resources into. This card is saying your plans are starting to take shape. Opportunities are on the horizon and the work you've done is beginning to show results, or it will if it hasn't already. Trust the process and remain patient. Your vision is expanding and success is within reach. So I feel like during your season, Virgo, you are going to see some sort of result, reward, recognition for the ideas that you are starting to implement and put energy into. You also have this Moonology card of you and your loved ones are safe with this new moon in Cancer energy. So I don't know if you have Cancer in your chart. Maybe you're dealing with one, doesn't have to be. But new moon energy also talks about new beginnings because it marks the beginning of a new lunar cycle. So trust that you are being guided, taken care of. Trust your intuition and in your spiritual wisdom that you have gained, and putting that into practice will really help you move forward with ease and confidence. And with this saying that you are taken care of and your family, your loved ones, maybe this is part of that ending. Maybe this is part of that having to walk away from certain people, places, and things that are just no longer in alignment with you. Whether these are things that you're choosing to walk away from, or maybe it feels like or not just feels like, maybe they have been taken from you, or that's the feeling of a loss. And so again, with this Cancer energy, make sure you're giving yourself time to process these feelings, not pushing them down, and working on healing and trusting that those people, places, and things, whatever it is that is truly meant for this vision for the future, will stick by you. Anything that does not align will fall away. So trust and have faith that it is for a divine purpose. And then you have the Moonology card of it's time to take action with new moon in Aries. So again, another confirmation of this new beginning where you are going to be inspired, but slow and steady wins the race, Virgo. So don't rush the process. Don't put the cart before the horse. Make sure you are taking that time out to heal and realign and get clear within your vision of whatever it is that you are wanting to be, do, or have. Follow your inspirations, because we're always inspired, whether we're feeling good or feeling bad. So if you're feeling good when you're inspired, follow that. The results will be successful. If you're not feeling good, then if you try to take action, it most likely will backfire. So just be mindful of that and just keep yourself grounded. You being an earth sign, you're pretty good at that already, but maybe there's just more confirmation with this Aries energy to go with the flow and follow what feels the best for you. But I really feel like September is going to be a really balanced month for you. So definitely let me know if any of this connected for you, and I wish you a great September. Libra, you are being called to have patience around this time. With the Seven of Pentacles for the month of September, you're being called to find your grounding, and maybe this is a time to review, to take stock of your situation, of whatever it is that you're working on. This can have to do with your business, your career, your finances. Something about maybe even your home life is coming through in my mind for some reason. But there also can be this energy too of disappointment or loss, maybe loss of time, energy, resources, especially when it comes to investing in a person, place, or thing, or career, whatever it is for you, Libra. Of course, everyone's story will be different. There could be this feeling where it's like, maybe you're not getting back what you've been putting into whatever this is. And so this is part of this message about not just throwing everything away just yet. So if you're wondering, like, should I keep going with this certain situation? Take time out to really meditate, to ground yourself, because you don't want to put the cart before the horse. This was coming up in Virgo's energy too. So I don't know if you have earth energy, because Pentacles energy is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be though, but there's just something about, like, I'm hearing the saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. So there's something that is very important, something that is very grand, or maybe feels like a big dream that you have been wanting to work towards. My eye is starting to itch. It feels like almost like something's in there. So I don't know if there's something you're not seeing right now, because, you know, if you haven't seen me before, Libra, I do get like physical symptoms when I'm channeling. So this is a message talking about like a wait and see energy, because I feel like there's something about this that is causing you to feel like maybe like what is going on? Why isn't this working? Why have I put in all this time and energy and resources and worked really hard on this, and this is something that I still believe in, but at the same time, like, why is it taking so long? Or why am I not getting back what I'm putting into it? But just because you're not fully seeing the bigger picture doesn't mean that your work is not of worth or value, or that you are making progress. So there's something here about you being asked to have patience in this time of September with whatever this is that you are wanting to see come to fruition, because I feel like there still is a lot of potential here. You just don't want to give up before you hit the gold, so to speak, as you are digging to discover what the result or outcome will be. So you're being called to have patience around this time. I know it's easier said than done, but that's why you're being called to kind of get out of your head a little bit, remind yourself of why you started this in the first place, and just take your time to really evaluate the situation before taking any steps or making any big changes or making any rash decisions that you could potentially regret later on. So just be mindful of that. But of course, you'll know if something's not working, then you don't have to keep doing it. Don't force yourself or be hard on yourself. This card is saying your efforts are taking root, but results may take time. Reflect on your progress and make adjustments if needed. Stay patient. This period of waiting will lead to growth and reward. So there is purpose in this, and I do feel like you are going to look back on this and be glad that you didn't give up just yet. Wow. And then you have your commitment is being tested with this Moonology card. Do you see what I am saying? That you're at some sort of like checkpoint or halfway point. It's like, don't give up. I'm starting to burp now, which is another sign of healing and releasing. So if there's a lot of like pent up energy, Libra, this is a time to ground yourself, to breathe, to meditate, to release this pent up energy. I don't know if there's something about healing that may be coming up in your emotions or in your heart space around this time, but this is a time of evaluation for you. So again, don't make rash decisions just based on your current perspective or your current emotional state, because you don't want to make any rash decisions, like I'm saying, that will ruin any progress with how far you have come at this point. So slow and steady wins the race. Slow down, relax, and remind yourself of why you want this in the first place. And I feel like by tapping into that passion, that creativity, you'll remember why you need to keep going and not give up. So I hope this helped you, and I hope you have a great September. Scorpio, there is huge clarity coming in for you. This is an epiphany. This is an opportunity and a blessing of success and victory and overcoming your obstacles. I don't know what has been hidden that maybe you're feeling confused around this time. Maybe you're unsure how you're going to move forward. Maybe you're wondering, like, if this is the right thing, the right decision, or maybe you're wondering, like, when am I going to be successful? When am I going to overcome these obstacles that I have had a lot of issues with? And maybe there has been some sort of like test of faith within your spirituality. I don't know if you have air in your chart, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because that is coming up with this air energy of the Ace of Swords, but have trust and faith that everything is happening in divine timing, that you are right where you are supposed to be, and that if there is any confusion coming up around this time, you are going to get your answers. And I feel like September may be the month where you have an opportunity that comes through that like brings all the answers, or at least a piece of information that is very important to your progress, or to the success that I feel is destined for you. So it's like, don't be hard on yourself, Scorpio, around this time. And if there's something that's still bothering you, or something that's causing this kind of like distrust or losing faith, or like, when am I going to get out of this, or how am I going to overcome this, and where am I going to figure out the answers, or where's the opportunity that's going to help me like have this victory and success, and being able to know like where I am and where I'm going, and so I think also there's this message too, Scorpio, where you already have the tools. It's just like getting out of like your own way when it comes to your perspective, because again, swords energy talks about truth, information, but your mind, it really represents the mind, thoughts, information, perspective again. But there's something here like an epiphany coming through, where it's like when you're able to take time out to really like contemplate, or finding a way to clear your head as well, then I feel like you gain the truth, or there is that epiphany where it's just like someone says something, or you have an experience, or something takes place to kind of like make everything click, or be shown to you in a way. It's like something like a spotlight will be shown on a piece of information, or again, you could hear it from somebody else that gives you this like missing piece that you've been waiting on or looking for. So have trust and faith that everything is working out for you. My nose is itching as well, which this is a sign for me, letting me know that you have a loved one on the other side, Scorpio, that's wanting to connect with you, and let you know through this reading that you are being watched over, guided, and supported. And this is a hello from that loved one. But just know that your spirit guides and angels are hearing your requests, your prayers, and are assisting you with this blessing of an opportunity. This card is saying a new perspective is cutting through confusion. This is a time for truth and mental clarity. Embrace this fresh insight to make decisive actions. With focus and determination, you can overcome challenges and align with your higher purpose. So this is truly in alignment with your calling, with what you are meant to do in this life. So that's why it feels so important, or maybe overwhelming, because it's like this is, maybe it even feels time sensitive. But you also have this Moonology card of balance spirituality with practicality. So, and wow, this is full moon in Pisces, which literally today, as I'm doing this reading, it is a full moon in Pisces, and it's also a lunar eclipse. So this is very important. That's why I'm saying this time, it's divinely guided. You are right where you are supposed to be. Everything is on track and happening when it's meant to. So that's why it's saying, like, don't put the cart before the horse. Use this time in September to really find your grounding and balance, and realign with faith and trust and spirit that you are not alone on this journey, and that you are right where you are supposed to be, and you will make it on the other side where the grass is greener. So I really hope this made sense and connected for you, Scorpio, and I wish you the best September. Sagittarius, you may be feeling a little bit emotionally confused in September with the Seven of Cups, because I feel like there's a lot of different choices or paths or opportunities that may be presented to you in September that can cause you to feel a little bit overwhelmed and not really sure how to move forward. Maybe this is a time where you are trying to figure out your path, and this can have to do with a person, place, situation. It can have to do with like your career, your calling, your purpose, something like that. So it can be different for everybody, but there is something here about feeling like you have too many options, or maybe your energy is feeling a little bit all over the place. And I just feel like this is a time where you're being called to, before making any type of choice, and before moving forward, to really take this time in September to be easy on yourself and allow yourself the breathing room to figure it out. Like, to be able to give yourself time to kind of like try on these different choices or paths. And when I say try on, I'm talking about like really sitting with yourself and contemplating how this would truly feel. And of course, you're not really going to fully know the result of it until you make that choice and go down that path. But there is something here about your heart and soul will definitely call you in the right direction. Like, this is a water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So I don't know if you have water energy in your chart or you're dealing with one, but not only is it water sign energy, it also, again, is referencing your emotions, because water represents emotions in the tarot. So there's something like, having mixed emotions and needing to find that clarity and what your heart is trying to communicate to you. And so this is a time in September to not feel rushed or pressured in needing to make a decision right now, especially if you're not ready. Because if you just choose it, make a choice, and you don't have like a solid feeling within yourself that that is the right choice, then you could be setting yourself up for possibly being disappointed, or not really being truly fulfilled in the choice that you have made, and then may have to start over again. So and of course you have free will. So if you want to, try each thing at a time, you can do that. But I just feel like Spirit is really asking you to really sit with these emotions and really ask yourself where your heart and soul, where your intuition is guiding you towards. Because I feel like you have this intuitive wisdom that is guiding you in a certain direction, but don't let your head get in the way of your heart. This card is saying opportunities abound, but not all are as they appear. Take time to assess your options and choose with clarity. Trust your intuition to guide you toward what aligns with your truth. Avoid distractions that cloud your vision. So again, this is a time to clear your head, especially considering you have communication is key with this new moon in Gemini energy, and you also have take time to breathe out. So both of these are confirmations. I just saw 333 on my clock, Sagittarius. So I'm telling you, this feels very important in this time and in this chapter before moving into some sort of new beginning, because new moons represent new beginnings in the lunar cycle. So there's something here about before moving forward to be able to take time to breathe, to meditate, to connect with your intuition, to be able to find that balance between your head and your heart so that they are aligned and not in conflict, so that as you are moving forward, you are feeling confident, stable, anchored, secure, and fulfilled as well, because it's something that, like, whatever this opportunity is that your soul is guiding you towards is going to bring about true upliftment and fulfillment, something that's going to light you up on the inside, make you feel excited about life. And it's something that you will love to do, you could do as work. It's like work isn't, or what, how should I say, when you're doing what you love to do, it's not really work. Like, yes, of course, sometimes it can feel like work when you're out of alignment, but that's why this is saying it's time to get in alignment so that you can follow what is going to really light you up on the inside, and something that you could spend days, years, your life doing, that's going to truly fulfill your mind, body, and soul. So I hope this made sense and connected for you, Sagittarius, but I hope you have a great September. Capricorn, you are on your way to abundance. This is the Empress card, so I don't know if you have Taurus, Virgo in your chart. Doesn't have to be. We are in Virgo season as we start out September. Then we will be moving into Libra energy towards the end. But this Empress energy talks about a new beginning. It talks about fertility, talks about creativity, talks about creation in general. This is a time of a new beginning. I'm starting to burp now, which is just a message for me as an empath reader, letting me know that there's maybe something that needs healing around this time, because, you know, even in this Empress card, there's this water and this goddess, she is sitting in nature. So there's something about healing, grounding, needing to maybe process or release emotions coming up around this time that could need healing. So just be mindful, like, of course, Capricorns are, one of the earth signs that are very much about working towards abundance, prosperity, stability, and security, not just necessarily in finances, although that is, a pretty strong point for earth signs, but and Capricorns especially, but more so like in other areas of life. And I think there's something about reconnecting with other areas of abundance in your life, like being able to find that gratitude and appreciation. Maybe it's something that you already focus on, but I just feel like there's something important about really putting a stronger emphasis on gratitude and appreciation, and also reconnecting with your natural element of being connected to this planet. I'm also getting this energy too of like eating better, being healthier, maybe working out, changing your appearance in some way. I also don't know if some of you Capricorns are also working towards like creating a family. This also can be an energy of like being ready for maybe like a partnership, a relationship of some sort. But maybe there has been a strong focus on making sure that you got everything that you need before you start investing in other areas and things like that. But I just feel that September, there are going to be like, it's like either revelations or like signs, synchronicities, or things coming up in September that are really going to let you know that what you are doing is working well for you. And if for whatever reason you feel that things are stagnant or not moving fast enough, just be mindful of like not putting the cart before the horse or getting too impatient. For some reason, that has been quite a strong like energy coming through the reading so far. So I don't know what it is with that around this time, because it even comes up in this next card, which I'll show you here in a moment. But just being mindful of like taking your time, slow and steady wins the race, but also enjoying the process, enjoying the adventure, and being able to tap into the moment and smell the flowers of where you are. This abundance card is saying you are entering a time of creativity and growth. nature. Nurture. I said nature, but it says nurture. Nurture the ideas and relationships that bring you joy. When you align with the rhythm of nature, prosperity flows effortlessly. Celebrate your blessings and let gratitude guide you to even greater abundance. This is what I'm saying. It's like, it's not so much about the quick gains, you know? It feels like Spirit is calling you in September to really appreciate the long term game, and also take time out to really appreciate yourself for all that you have already accomplished and done, and being proud of yourself and patting yourself on the back, but also not, again, getting too ahead of yourself with this full moon in Leo energy, which is saying to not let pride get in your way. This is full moon in Leo, which we literally are having a full moon in Pisces right now. So there's something about your emotions coming up as well, your intuitive spiritual guidance and wisdom and connection. And just like with this Leo energy, it's like wanting to express yourself or find healthy ways of expressing yourself, expressing your emotions as well, especially if there is, excuse me, any energy of like pent up emotions or frustrations or impatience, like I was saying. My throat, excuse me, my throat feels a little choked up. So I don't know if there's something like a truth that needs to be expressed, or something about like showing a version of yourself that maybe has been hidden before. I don't know. That won't be for everyone, but just be mindful of taking care of yourself and going with the flow and enjoying where you're at. But I hope this helped you, Capricorn, and I wish you a great September. Aquarius, get ready to celebrate because you have the Four of Wands. This is success, victory, homecoming, accomplishment, reaching your goals. This also represents 1111. So this is a sign and synchronicity, which you could be seeing repeating numbers around. Definitely pay attention to those. But this is a new beginning for you. And this has been a very long journey for you as well. And I feel like with these people on this card, for some reason, there's also this energy of like people that have truly stuck by you, that have had your back and have been with you through all the trials and tribulations that you have endured. And yeah, maybe there have been certain people that didn't make the cut, so to speak, and there could be a little bit of sadness surrounding that. But I want you to know that September really feels uplifting for you. The North Node just went into Aquarius. It was in Pisces before, and as I'm doing this reading, we are having a full moon in the sign of Pisces as well. So I just feel like this is a time to truly nurture your emotions and also reconnect with all that is sacred. I don't know why I feel the need to say it that way, but it's kind of just like this connection with spirit. It's like this intimate connection with spirit where you're really being able to recognize how much spirit, it's like showing gratitude and appreciation for all that spirit has helped you along your path, but also not just spirit, but also those that have really supported you, that have encouraged you, that have uplifted you, that have been a resource or provided you guidance or wisdom along your path. So really take that time out to show that gratitude and appreciation, and but also showing that to yourself. This was something that was coming up in Capricorn's energy. So I don't know if you have Capricorn in your chart. Doesn't have to be. This is actually fire energy. So, but I will say that this is a time of passion and also getting like a second wind almost of creativity and excitement, because even though you are coming into an energy of like a cycle or completion of something, and gaining success and victory and overcoming challenges and obstacles, with endings do also come new beginnings, or like, you accomplish one goal and then it's time to, and well, of course, enjoy your successes. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you have to like jump right back into like working on something else. Definitely take out that time to, enjoy the fruits of your labor, so to speak. But I just feel like go with the flow when it comes to being inspired with a new beginning, because this does mark an end of one chapter, the end of one cycle, and the beginning of a new cycle that is of a greater consciousness or a greater level of excitement and passion and creativity and things like that. But this card is saying a time of joy and accomplishment has arrived. Celebrate your achievements and share this moment with loved ones. This milestone marks stability and harmony. Honor the progress you've made and the connections that uplift you. That's in perfect confirmation with what I was just saying, because I definitely was feeling that. Like, this is a time of just being excited that you made it, and being able to share that with your loved ones, with your friends, with those that have truly had your back and can celebrate with you. You also have this new moon energy in Libra with a new romantic cycle begins. And that is something that also comes up in the Four of Wands as well, because the Four of Wands can talk about marriage, making a commitment with somebody. And this doesn't necessarily have to do with like romance. It could be like making a commitment with friends, or, making new plans and things like that. But I feel like for some of you Aquarians out there, you could be making a commitment with a partner, especially in romance. That's I don't know if it's with a Libra or if you have Libra in your chart. Definitely check that out if you do. But I just feel like there is this balance and harmony coming through overall in your relationships, but maybe there's going to be a proposal in September where you are asked to get married, or maybe someone asks you to move in with them, or someone wants to make a stronger commitment, or even maybe a friend turns into a lover. It could really be any situation, but I just feel that September really is a fun and uplifting and loving, and like so much falling into place. I mean, I was going to say everything, but I feel like there's always more to learn and grow and experience, and that's why I was saying, like, after this ending which is a great ending or accomplishment, it brings about a new beginning of passion and creativity, because new moons also talk about a new beginning as well. But I really hope this made sense and connected for you. I really wish you a great September. Pisces, you are being called to continue creating this legacy. You have the 10 of Pentacles. Maybe you are feeling a little bit tired right now. I don't know. This old man right here is just like, hey, I'm a little tired. Like, I've been through so much. Like, I don't know if you are feeling like an old man around this time. I mean, I'm a Pisces moon sign. So, and interestingly enough, we are literally, as I'm doing this reading, having a full moon in our sign. And this marks a closing of a chapter, I think like a 15-year cycle or something like that, especially with the North Node moving out of Pisces into Aquarius. So especially with tens here, tens talk about endings of a cycle, which bring about a new beginning here. So I want you to know, like, be easy on yourself around this time. I know that legacy can feel a little bit overwhelming, and yes, it does take a long time. It's kind of like that saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. And so I feel like there's something that you have been working very long and hard about. Maybe this can just talk about your life in general, but I want you to know that this 10 of Pentacles represents the tree of life, and that everything is truly in alignment, and you're right where you're supposed to be. And you are going to create this empire. It doesn't necessarily have to literally be an empire, but you having stability and security and abundance, you having family or a soul family connections that are in alignment with you, and things falling into place, and you being able to rest, being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And I just feel like there's this strong energy of like not giving up, like not being hard on yourself, and not feeling like you have to do everything overnight as well. It's like, relax. I had to remind myself this too. Like I took a little bit of time off, like about a week from doing readings, because I just needed time to reset and needed a rest. So maybe this is a time where you're needing that too, or maybe you have been doing that. And so that's a great thing. It's an important thing. because I feel like that, especially with this old man here, it's like you want to be able to enjoy what you are creating. You don't want to, wear yourself out to the point where it's like by the time you actually build this house, you can't really enjoy it because you're so worn out and tired, and you don't really have a lot of energy left or whatever this is. And so again, be proud of yourself with all that you have been able to accomplish this far. Even with the full moon that we're having today, again represents the ending of the lunar cycle. So in comes a new beginning. So I'm burping now, which is a sign for me, Pisces, as an empath reader here. Just letting you know there is something here about healing. I feel like there is something maybe aligned with family here as well. I feel like maybe I don't know if there has been like a disconnection with family or has been some sort of ending, especially with the 10 here talking about endings of cycles. I don't know if it has to do with some sort of like retirement for some of you Pisces. This can also talk about a family business. So I don't know if something's being handed down to you around this time. I'm also getting inheritance. So I don't know if there's also possibly a loved one, a family member that could potentially be crossing over. Not to say that I wish that by any means, but of course you'll know if that ends up happening or has already happened. And if it has, my condolences. But trust and have faith that everything is happening in its divine timing, and that everything is on track. So be easy on yourself and take that time out to rest when you need it. This is saying a time of abundance and fulfillment has arrived. Celebrate the stability and connections you've built. This is the foundation of your lasting legacy, bringing joy to future generations. So this is something that is going to stand the test of time and not just benefit you, but benefit others around you. You also have this Moonology card of work through your fears, new moon, and Scorpio. This is another confirmation of this new beginning, but also a confirmation of healing and being easy on yourself. I feel like Pisces have gone through a major transformation, and it has been a very long journey for a lot of us Pisces. So this is a time to really work through that stress, fear, doubt, worry, anxiety, or just any leftover residue, sadness, disappointment, loss that has taken place, maybe having to do with relationships or family, or just in other areas of your life, maybe with career, work, finances, resources, stability and security, and things of that nature. But trusting and having faith that you are going to be more than okay and have more than what it is that you are needing, and that everything is truly working out for you. And I feel that September is really going to bring that clarification, that peace and rest that you've been looking for. So I really wish the best for you in September, Pisces. Have a good one. Aries, you are on your way to completing a quest that you have set out to be successful in. You have the Knight of Swords and it's this way, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So there's something here where maybe you have been on guard, or maybe you have had some sort of armor that you have been wearing when it comes to like dealing with challenges. I don't know if you've been dealing with adversity. This could be having to do with relationships, or it could just be having to do with like your path and whatever it is that you are determined to accomplish around this time. The Knight of Swords is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the Knight of Cups is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So I don't know if you have one of these signs in your chart or you're dealing with one. Doesn't have to be though. But there is a strong energy here about like maybe something has been going on in relationships in general, or how you have been, working with other people. I don't know if there has been like something about communication that has been a little bit harsh or cold or blunt in some way, especially when it comes to like expressing emotions, because the Knight of Swords talks about like really being quick and straightforward, and again blunt and very clear, because swords energy talks about truth, information, communication, perspective, ideas, thoughts, things like that. But the Nine of Cups is talking about expressing love, sharing love, making an offer, wanting to move forward in some way. So I don't know exactly what this has to do with. Again, everyone's story will be different, but there's just something here about like not putting the cart before the horse or rushing too quickly, or like, especially when it comes to expressing yourself, even if there is challenge and adversity, it's being able to have that compassion and kindness. Not saying that you're not, but you being in Aries, sometimes Aries can be seen as being hot-headed or stubborn in some ways. And I only say that too just because of the Knight of Swords here. But I do feel like you mean well. I think when you are frustrated, or whoa, okay, frustrated. I don't know if you are frustrated around this time. Oh, maybe that's part of this message, but I was going to say, when sometimes you are possibly like aggressive or like feeling strong about something, it's only because you truly care. And there's something about wanting to express yourself and to be heard. So I don't know if there's like, a challenge when it comes to being listened to or supported emotionally, or that you are being not just listened to, but that your emotions are being like honored in some way. So I don't know why it's coming through like this, but I just will say that this is a time to just be clear in how you are expressing your emotions, but it's not always what you say, it's how you say it. So just make sure, if you are moving forward when it comes to like a relationship specifically, but even in all areas of dealing with other people, just make sure that you're reacting or acting in an energy of love and compassion. Because it's kind of like that saying, you attract bees with honey, not with vinegar type of thing. So hopefully that makes sense for you. But again, that won't be for everyone. This Knight of Swords says ambition drives you forward, ready to face challenges. Stay focused and mindful of the details to ensure lasting success. So you are going to be successful. You are on your way to that. Just don't be so quick to put the cart before the horse, because you don't want to sabotage yourself. Then the quest of the Knight of Cups says, driven by dreams and emotional pursuits, you seek fulfillment with passion. Focus on your goals while staying true to your heart's desire. So yes, not everyone is going to understand you or your path moving forward, but they don't have to. You just have to be clear and confident within your heart and what it is that you are wanting to accomplish. And anyone that is not for you doesn't have to be a part of it. And you have this full moon and Virgo energy of you are good enough. So maybe this again is, there's something about your energy when it comes to how you are expressing yourself or how you are showing up to others or in the world. Know that you are worthy and valuable and are able to be, do, or have whatever it is that you are wanting. And you don't have to prove it to anyone in order to be accepted. All you got to do is accept yourself. And with this being Virgo energy, we are starting out in Virgo season in August. Oh, whoa, not August, in September. Although Virgo was in August as well. Maybe this has been bleeding into August for some of you Aries, but I just will say that this is a time of slow and steady wins the race, and just to make sure that you are taking care of your emotions and balancing your head and your heart so that you are making grounded and wise choices moving forward on this path to success and victory. So I really hope this made sense and connected for you. I really wish you the best September and have a great month. Taurus, you are stepping in to shining your light, and people are going to see your true colors. This is a time to be your authentic self and express yourself in whatever creative way that you are being called to. You have the Six of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Both of these are strong fire energies. So you could have Aries, Leo, Sag in your chart, or be dealing with one. Doesn't have to be though, but these are beautiful cards coming together saying that by you stepping into some sort of confidence and courage to put yourself out there and express yourself and whatever it is that you are feeling creative about, whatever it is that you are wanting to create or put into the world, whatever it is that you have been working on moving towards in order to create and be successful, and you are going to achieve this victory. you are going to be rewarded. All your efforts are going to be recognized, if not by other people, 100% at the very least by yourself. But I mean, I don't really feel that people cannot like ignore this glow up or this upgrade or this expression, like how you are showing up in the world. It's just something about your spark, something about your light is really going to be hitting differently, is really going to be a magnetism, or like you're going to be some sort of like major attraction. Like, I don't know if some of you are stepping into the limelight or doing something in front of like the public eye in some way. It could also be something artistic, like singing, dancing, whatever it is, doing some sort of artwork that you are presenting to other people. Maybe this is a time where after you have been working on something behind the scenes, now is the time to truly show others what you have been creating, and being able to show the world this beautiful piece of art, or I also like just getting out into the world more, like not being such a hermit, especially if some of you feel like you've kind of been behind closed doors, or focusing on yourself in some way, which is important, because I feel like, especially with the Queen of Wands here talking about confidence, maybe you have been working on your confidence, like how you look at yourself in the mirror, how you're dressing. Maybe there's something about changing your appearance around this time as well. So these are things that I feel that not only are going to make a huge difference in your life with how you are feeling and how you are seeing yourself, but it also is going to greatly translate into how the world and other people in your circles are seeing you as well. And it's very positive, very uplifting, very exciting, and definitely getting that praise and recognition and support that maybe you weren't getting before. The Six of Wands talks about celebrate. Success and recognition are within reach. Your hard work is paying off and others are taking notice. Celebrate your achievements, but stay grounded. This moment is a reminder that perseverance leads to triumph. So if you are feeling overwhelmed or things have been up and down, trust and have faith. This is just a part of the journey, and that you're not lost, and that you are still on track to meet your goals. The confidence card of the Queen of Wands says, your strength and charisma are shining brightly. Trust in your ability to inspire and lead. With warmth and determination, you can achieve your goals and uplift those around you. Embrace your creative power and confidence. I'm telling you, there is a strong energy here where not only your confidence is uplifting you, but you're going to be some sort of guiding light to others. You are going to be able to be an example that people can look up to and be like, look, if Taurus can do that, if they can go from how they were before to where they are now, that means there's hope for me too. So I definitely get a strong inspirational energy coming from your story, and that could be something that you're sharing with the world in September. You also have this nothing is set in stone. So especially with this water, these waves that are pretty chaotic or volatile right here, just keep in mind, again, to persevere, that emotions are going to come and go. And yes, there's going to be good days and not so good days, easier days, and others could feel harder. But that's where it's like, follow how you are inspired. And I say this a lot too, like we're always inspired whether we're feeling good or feeling bad. So if you're feeling bad, don't move forward. Take that time out to nurture yourself. But if you're feeling good, then definitely take action and move forward, because that is going to lead you to the success that you are getting ready to celebrate. So I really hope this made sense and connected for you, Taurus. I really wish you a great September. The time has come, Gemini, with the Wheel of Fortune. Everything is truly turning in your favor. You may not fully see it right now, but I feel like in September, there is going to be some sort of major shift, something that comes through that you cannot deny, something that brings about some trust and this refreshing type of energy when it comes to your faith and trust in the universe, that truly everything is working out for you, and that everything that you have experienced in the past is not for nothing. I feel like there has been a lot of challenge or adversity that you have experienced in the past. My eye is starting to itch really badly all of a sudden. So this is a sign for me, Gemini. If you haven't seen me before, as an empath reader, I just get like certain physical things, which are messages. I know it's weird, but it's just how I channel energy. But there's something that you have not been seeing. And I feel like that could be at play here when it comes to the frustration, the impatience, or wondering like, when am I going, when is it my turn to have success and victory and receive the good karma and rewards for all the efforts that I have put into my life? Like, this is a big card talking about fate and destiny, and like, and it can talk about karma as well. So it's like maybe you've lived a life, Gemini, where it feels like you've tried to do the right thing, and you've tried to give people the benefit of the doubt, and you've turned the other cheek, taken the higher road, things like this. But it's like, when is it going to be my turn for me to be happy and receive what I deserve? Because I am a good person, and I do believe that I am worthy of having whatever it is that I am wanting. So don't lose faith in this time. If it doesn't happen in September, don't lose hope in that too. Like, again, this is just an overall energy in September. So this could just be the beginning shift of the tides turning. So pay attention to signs and synchronicities. But I just strongly feel that there is a beautiful blessing coming in September that is going to bring about some sense of reassurance that you're not alone, and also that everything that you are experiencing is exactly what your soul came here to experience, and that you're not lost, that you're not off track, that you are still in alignment with your divine plan and with what your soul is being guided to. And just know that spirit has not forsaken you. I feel like it's the best way I think I can say that energy. You are not forsaken. And I'm sending you a lot of love and a big hug, because I feel like, granted, me being a Gemini sun myself, I'm just telling you, like, you're just not alone, and having challenges and difficulties and feeling like maybe a little bit impatient, or maybe there has been a sense of like your faith has been tested because of how long it's been, or how long it's taken for things to finally turn in your favor. But I feel like it's about to begin, if it hasn't already. This card is saying life cycles are turning, bringing change and new opportunities. Embrace the flow and trust that every shift aligns with your growth. What feels uncertain now is guiding you towards a path of expansion. Stay open to the unfolding of fate. And that's part of it too. Like, the one constant is change, but I can also understand that change sometimes can get tiring after a while. It's like, I've been going through like metamorphosis after metamorphosis, change after change, ending after ending. Like, I'm just like, spirit, come on. Like, what? I've like gone through so many evolutions, like I don't even know what I am anymore, type of thing. But you're being called to surrender to the divine, and this is full moon energy, which, as I'm doing this reading, we have a full moon in Pisces. I'm actually a Pisces moon. You don't have to have Pisces in your chart for this to apply, but this also is a cycle. This is an ending of one cycle and the beginning of a new cycle, but you're being called to have trust and faith, to balance your energy, to reconnect with your spirituality, to be reminded that you are being guided, that you are not alone in this, and that everything is working out in your favor, even though you may not see the results as of yet. But just because they haven't happened yet does not mean that they're not going to. So don't lose trust in the universe that is taking care of you and taking care of everything that you are wanting to attract in. You just have to align. You just have to ground yourself. You just have to trust and find ease, find flow, and find enjoyment with where you are now, because you ain't seen nothing yet, Gemini. But I hope this helped, and I really wish you the best September. Cancer. So you are being called to tap into compassion, not just having compassion for yourself, although that is first and foremost priority of importance, but to also have compassion for others, to be kind. And not to say that you're not, but I feel like for some reason, this energy of like a strong emphasis on really nurturing compassion and giving people the benefit of the doubt. I'm not saying to be a doormat. I'm not saying to accept unhealthy or bad behavior, but at the same time, it's being able to still show that unconditional love. And if it's not having to do with other people, definitely doing that for yourself, not being hard on yourself, being able to reconnect with that motherly, nurturing energy. I'm burping as well, which actually is quite a confirmation with this card because, if you haven't seen me before, Cancer, I get like physical symptoms as I channel. It's just how I read energy, and so this is just a representation of expression, releasing any pent up emotions that you may have within you that are still lingering from any past situation or even like a current situation that you could be dealing with that's weighing heavy on your heart. And this is a time to let go. Maybe there is something about healing. Maybe I just said that, but I just feel like there's a reconnecting with your heart and soul, reconnecting with this, like, I don't know often also if there's like a parent energy, like maybe there's a motherly energy that maybe you didn't get the best connection or love and support that you really needed. And so there could be this energy about needing to reparent yourself and really taking that time out to provide yourself self-care, like getting a massage and journaling your emotions, or listen, just even talking out loud or talking with spirit. This also talks about the Queen of Cups, which also is water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You could be dealing with another water sign. Does it have to be? But I just feel like there's something here about like needing to nurture that child that is still within all of us. And I just feel like there's something about really nurturing your emotions and being able to process them and holding on to the good feelings while letting go of anything that is still bothering you from the day before or from as far back as your childhood, if it's that far. But this compassion is talking about you embody emotional wisdom and care, creating a loving space for others. Your deep intuition brings understanding and nurtures harmony. So again, there's a strong emphasis as well about your spiritual connection. And maybe there's also something here about like a spiritual practice. Maybe you're being called to tap into your special, unique way of communicating with spirit or channeling or just being able to connect with the divine. And I also like, because my throat is kind of getting choked up a little bit, so I don't know if there's something here about your throat chakra, because I feel like that also aligns with the burping I was getting about something like a truth. I don't know if there's a truth that needs to be expressed, or if there's like a feeling of like something that like a truth or a piece of information or just like a feeling about a person, place, or situation that it's like you're needing more clarity or insight about. So don't hesitate when it comes to like having those important conversations, especially if it is having to do with like another person, a relationship of some sort. It could be any relationship. So friend, family member, coworker, lover, whatever it is for you, just being able to have that emotional maturity and emotional intelligence to be able to have that conversation or express yourself in whatever way that you see fit. You also have your hard work is paying off with a new moon in Capricorn. So whatever it is that you have been working on, again, I feel like there's a strong energy of working on yourself. So I just will say that, especially with Capricorn, Capricorn is represented by the sea goat. So half goat, half fish. So there's something about, again, this balancing between your emotions, your spiritual connection, but also how you are practically applying these tools, the wisdom, the experience, the knowledge, the lesson that you have learned, and how you can implement them. And again, I feel like you have been doing this, but I feel like in September, you are coming into some sort of recognition of things that are working for you, but also recognizing of what's not working for you so you can release what's not working. And this is a new beginning. So I feel like there is something about refreshing your energy that is going to help you continue to move forward in this better, healthier, more grounded path forward. I hope that made sense. But I really wish you the best in September. Leo, you are coming into an energy of stability, security, independence, knowing your self-worth, knowing your value, and not accepting anything less. And as you should, because I just feel like there's something here. I don't know if it's having to do with like your work resources, finances, your career, where things are truly working out for you, things are in alignment, you are having a lot of success, and being also recognized for all the efforts, time, energy, attention, resources that you are putting into your work or your career. But it could also have to do with other areas of your life. I will say, with this being Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you could have that in your chart or be dealing with one. It doesn't have to be, it's just the energy of the card. But definitely check out the your other like placements, your sun, moon, rising, because that will definitely give you more clarity. But I just feel like there's something here about like in this Virgo season, as we are in right now, we will be for the first half of September. There's something about self-care and nurturing. And I feel like you have been doing a lot for other people. And while they have recognized that, I think it's also important to make sure that you're putting yourself first and foremost, that you are taking that time out to find rest, recuperation, relaxation. Maybe there is also something about like being recognized at your work and being able to take some time off or really enjoy the fruits of your labors and things like that. So just make sure that you are filling your own cup first, like making sure that you're taken care of. It's like that saying, I say sometimes that, you know, when you're on the airplane, they say you got to put on your oxygen mask first before you put on anybody else's. So and that's not a selfish thing. I mean, honestly, you should be selfish. Everyone really is selfish at the end of the day. It's not really a negative thing. I think it's only a negative thing if it's like hurting somebody, but I don't really see how being selfish and taking care of yourself would hurt anybody else, and unless, you know, they have ulterior motives or are wanting what you have, or if there's some sort of like jealousy or something like that. I don't know if you are dealing with someone like that. Could be someone at your work or maybe in your home life or something like that. Like success can sometimes bring out some interesting behaviors with other people. So I don't know if there's something like that in September where you could potentially be dealing with that, or if you have already been dealing with that kind of energy, maybe this is a time where you're just going to be focused on yourself. And I feel like that's an important thing to do. So maybe this is a time in September where you're not involving yourself as much with a community or a group of people. It's kind of like just, you know, kind of dipping in, doing what you need to do and dipping out, kind of similar with like the work analogy. It's like going to work and doing what you need to do, focusing on your own job, and then going home and, you know, leaving it at that, you know, not feeling like you really need to like be best friends with all your coworkers type of thing. And that's just one example. I'm not saying that's the exact situation for you, but I just feel that September is really going to bring in this sense of stability and security within your own independence. This card is saying you are enjoying the rewards of your hard work. This is a moment of stability and self-sufficiency. Celebrate your achievements and the abundance you've created. Gratitude amplifies fulfillment. So I think there's also something here about like showing like being proud of yourself for all that you have accomplished and all that you have created, like not being ashamed of it, not feeling bad or guilty about it, not letting other people make you feel bad or guilty about it. And you also have this new moon energy of confidence is your key to success with this Leo energy. So again, it's like not feeling bad for being successful or like being confident, standing in your truth, standing in your power, being independent and doing your own thing. You have that right. No one can take that away from you. And if people treat you badly for doing what's right and best for you, and if people have a negative reaction because of your success and you being happy and stable and secure and abundant, then that's more speaking about their energy and not really about you. So just don't take anything personally when it comes to other people not appreciating your creativity or your confidence or the light that you are shining around this time, because it's really not your business at the end of the day. But I feel like September is going to be very grounding, stabilizing, uplifting, and empowering. But I really hope this made sense for you, and I wish you the best, September.